everyone, welcome to Talkin Country for another week where we take a short, sharp look at what's happened in country racing and what's to come. Broome and Kalgoorlie took centre stage last weekend. Of course, Carnarvon on Friday was postponed due to the fact that 30 mils fell on the Friday. The decision was made early and it proved to be the right one. Up at Ganthiam Point on Saturday was the Jodie McLaughlin show again. She trained 4 winners. She's had 9 winners to start the Broome season across those first 3 meets. Some great racing, some exciting finishes, but not all horses had their mind on the task at hand, as evidenced by Topaz's efforts in race number 2.
Bar is getting going down the centre of the track. The top bar is going to the lead, and it's a double to McLaughlin and Yuill in the first 2 races. The top bar beats second.
But there's nothing better than a 2-horse war up the home straight. And performance of the day goes to Now You See Me, who won again, and he had to dig real deep up the home running to reel in Majestuoso Phoenix.
Now You See Me the outside, clawing back the margin. Now You See Me takes the lead, another favourite home.
And cruise to victory. Every year, Darren Pateman seems to have 1 or 2 horses that just relentlessly progress through the grades. Red Rebel, Dark City, Let's See come to mind in recent years. And in 2026, Cruise to Victory seems to be that horse. And what an appropriately named horse he is. He bolted in again on Saturday.
The margin's going to be a little bit shorter today, but Cruise to Victory is going to win again and win with a leg in the air.
In Kalgoorlie, the stalwart, the veteran John Lugg, of course, he went viral last year on the back of his pesky horse, Dennis.
Dennis, you're a pest. I spent my youth at Flemington. I went to a place called Chiquita Lodge.
And on Sunday, he trained his 2nd winner of the season. It was Military Action again. Only John's 2nd winner in the past 6 years. Military Action got over the top of them late in a brilliant finish.
Down the outside, Military Action, Rivercrest Magic running on. Montezuma about to be collared by Scottish Laird, and also Military Action. It's Military Action hitting the lead from Scottish Laird. Military Action.
And post-race with Amelia Hall, John was very reflective.
You know, I love doing it. It's been part of my life for 60 years. And, you know, I just love getting down the track every morning, talking to the boys, listening to all the bull dust and all that sort of stuff. Yeah, it's great. So it's been a fantastic life.
This week, Bailey Webster's turn to take a dirt lap back where it all began for Bailey in Roebourne.
Probably Geraldton. My first winner in Roebourne on Miss Kangaroo. I reckon Brandon Louis to have to get that for a stayer. My favourite snack's probably Kit Kat. My boss, I didn't even ride his horse, but my boss just me had a good one day in Kinjara. Probably Broome. Seeing somebody wearing a suit with a bunch of faces on it once, and very funny. People that get around here, the love and support for the industry when it comes around.
This weekend, a triple header, Carnarvon, attempt number 2 at running their meeting on Friday. We've, of course, got Port Hedland on Saturday, Ladies' Day there, and Kalgoorlie on Sunday. One woman that has completely dominated the Northwest in recent seasons. She's become the queen of the dirt is Kyra Yuill. She's ridden 10 winners from 23 rides so far this Northwest season, including 3 at Ganthiam Point on Saturday. And Kyra joins us now live from Limerick Park down there in the southwest. How are you, Kyra?
Yeah, good. Just trying to stay warm, really, at the moment.
Pretty tough no matter where you go at the moment to stay warm. Give us a bit of a tour. Show us around Limerick Park, which is, of course, a beautiful farm where you do a lot of your pre-training and breaking.
Yeah, so I'm just I'm just near the arena, so arena where I do a lot of the work. So I've got the stables behind me, a couple of day paddocks, and then there's 150 acres here, so lots of green grass and area for the horses to relax.
How many horses you got down there at once?
So I sit on anywhere from like my 25 to 30 in work usually. And then we've got a few breakers and that, but it's probably, a few agisters, but it's more breaking pre-training stable.
Dad's still running around helping you out?
Dad's actually been on holidays for a month, so he's back tomorrow. But yeah, no, I don't let him do much these days. The old boy's got to heal up from a few surgeries in the last 12 months, so I put him in a truck and then let him socialise at the track, and yeah, and then he's just an eye when I'm getting a bit angry at a horse or need a helping hand.
What about yourself, Kyra? I remember you telling me, I reckon it was on a flight back from one of the Northwest tracks a few seasons ago, I want to get to 1,000 winners. That's my one goal. You're on 959 winners. Is that still your goal, to get to 1,000? Do you still have the passion to, once you get to 1,000, kick on and ride for more seasons to come?
Yeah, look, the north just keeps me going. I love going to the country tracks, especially Broome. But yeah, I definitely want to get my 1,000. You know, for a bit there, I was going a little bit slow, and I was like, oh, am I ever going to do it? But obviously, the north has started strong, and before you know it, you tick a few more off, and you're not far off.
So you're down south, of course, at Limerick Park. What does your weekend look like? Say if you ride at Port Hedland on a Sunday, and the majority of Port Hedland's meetings are on a Sunday. What does your weekend look like in terms of travel and riding and obviously working?
Yeah, so usually as soon as I finish work on a Friday, around lunchtime, I'll get in the car, drive straight to Perth. I've got to stay up there. Usually my weight's pretty average as I'm getting older, so probably Saturday I would have to have a sweat. And then, yeah, I'm on a plane Sunday morning for Hedland, obviously home that night. And then depends how I feel. If I'm not too tired, I'll keep trucking home to Bunbury. But if I'm tired, I'll crash for a few hours and just get up at silly hour, 2:30, and drive back to Bunbury early in the morning. So I just see how I feel.
You're on another level there, Kyra. It's extraordinary. What about, you go up to Port Hedland, you ride for Tommy Pike. You have done for half a decade now, nearly. Jody McLaughlin up there in Broome. What's it like riding for those two trainers that have been a part of the caper for so long?
Yeah, look, they're fantastic teams to get results for. You just feel so appreciated, Tommy doesn't obviously have owners, but Jody has some owners, and they're both just such good trainers to ride for. They don't give me a lot of instructions. They've started to get a bit of faith in me, and I think between both trainers, we've both got pretty good relationships, and I leave them to do their job behind the scenes, and they leave me to do my job.
What about Broome? You were dominant. Yourself and Jody were dominant there on Saturday. You rode 3. You said you chose the wrong one in the last, so you cost yourself an extra winner there. But what about Broome? You work hard, but there seems like there's worse places to spend a weekend. Talk to us about life up there over the summer months. What's the usual post-race plan as well, and who's the best at having a good time up there, win, lose or draw?
Yeah, look, I usually book my flights in about December as soon as the dates come out. So I get in early with my flights, and I book a lot of my flights to leave on the Friday. So I'm usually at the airport Friday afternoon. So then I can ride Saturday, and you get the whole weekend away. It's a good way to freshen up, get in the sun, half the time you probably are a little bit hungover on the Sunday because we all certainly do have a good time. But look, our stable is a stable that win, lose or draw. We have good company and we all enjoy each other, and we do know how to celebrate. So it's a pretty good stable to ride for, really.
Number one place of choice in Broome on a Saturday night?
Well, at the moment, it's been divers this year. So the first meeting, divers went off on the first meeting, and the second one was a bit quiet. But then last week it was all right.
Yeah,
so we've sort of been going divers this year.
I heard a few murmurings that it was a good night there at the divers on Saturday night. A little bit jealous I'm not up there. Before we let you go, what's been your highlight? You've been riding the dirt, as we said, for half a decade now. You've had a lot of big hauls like you had on Saturday. You've had feature wins as well. What's been the number one moment for you?
Oh, look, I love getting cups when I'm on the dirt, on the country tracks. I've ridden quite a few country country cups, but there are a few that I haven't knocked off yet. Hopefully be able to keep chipping away at them. But look, I just love getting results for the teams I'm riding for because, as I say, you feel so appreciated and they just love having you there.
And you said you've ridden a lot of country cups, and you have. What's the one or two that you really want to tick off before you, I guess, get to 1,000 or do end up giving it away?
Oh, I think Broome's the hardest one to get, to be honest with you. I've had a second, and I think I've had a fourth, and maybe even a fifth or third. I've been all around, but I haven't been able to get one. I reckon it's one of the hardest country cups to get.
You might be with the right team this year. Who's your cup horse this year? Have you got one at this early stage for Jody?
Oh, look, we've got one that they bought to line up for, but probably still needs to go up a few points. So yeah, just sort of sitting on the fence at the moment to see if we get there. You know, we're only third meeting in, so there's a long way to go and a lot can change between now and then.
Can you let us in on who that horse is?
Jealous was the one they've bought for the Cup.
Beautiful. Kyra, it's been great catching up with you. Thanks so much. Good luck this weekend. You'll be heading up to Port Hedland, I'm sure, for Tommy Pike. Hopefully another big haul.
Yeah, thank you.
Just spoken to Kyra Yuill. She'll be heading up to the Port Hedland Turf Club on Saturday, where she's had so much success in recent seasons. And the president of the Port Hedland Turf Club, Troy Morrissey, is about to join us now on Talkin Country. How are you, Troy?
Yeah, good. Thanks, Alex. Yourself?
Doing well, mate, doing well. Looks like you are at the Port Hedland Turf Club right now. Give us a bit of a pan. Are you on the members deck there? Show us the setting.
Nah, I'm just down the bottom, mate. Just finished unpacking the alcohol for the weekend and putting the witches' hats out for track work tomorrow. So, yeah, just a couple little jobs before I go back to my real job tomorrow.
We'll turn the camera around. Give us a look at the track. There we go. Gee. Not a cloud in the sky, track looking in immaculate order. How are all preps heading into Ladies' Day this weekend, mate? All good?
Yeah, really good. I think we've had a record amount of nominations this morning for the field. So, yeah, couldn't really ask for a better start to the season so far. So, yeah, big one for us, Ladies' Day. So it's our second biggest one. Looking for a big crowd of probably 1,500 to 2,000, hopefully.
You talk about those nominations and being honest, it's quite the resurrection you've instigated there, or the Port Hedland Turf Club has instigated under your watch. I remember going back to 2021, you'd be lucky to get 35 horses nominated or accepted for the day. In 2022, you had that season off and there were murmurings that you might not come back. And now 2026, 4 years later, a young, very committed, passionate committee, you're literally having to scratch horses as emergencies. You've got that many horses up there. It's been quite a turnaround. You must be pretty happy and proud of what your team's been able to instigate and implement the last few years.
Oh, 100%. I mean, it's been a great team effort. I think each of our committee members has their own little niche of what they do, whether it be Ladies' Days, look after the members, or be the bar manager, or just a Mr. Fix-It guy, or the audio comms. So, yeah, it's, you know, you can't do it alone. It's definitely a big team effort.
You're the former rider, so you know a lot of people in the racing industry. You've got a big hand in getting all those trainers up there. How have you managed to convince Popey to bring up a huge team? Ryan Hill, now Timo Pike's up there with Tom Pike. You've got a stack of local trainers still, presenting horses each and every week. How have you convinced these trainers to come up and set up shop in Port Hedland?
Oh, it's pretty much about putting on a good service for the trainers, which they probably don't get in the other areas, but the location is probably not ideal for Hedland, but they're all about making money when they come here. So if you can put on a great show for them, the track's really, really good. Best it's ever been, I'd say. So that helps horses pull up well, last longer through the season. And you know, our stake money's great, and we've got a few little, like a sprint series on again this year with an extra 10,000 bonus. And we do some money back for some runners the first couple of meetings to help trainers with their fuel and all that sort of stuff. So yeah, just few little extra things that really help the trainers with their costs.
And what brought you to Port Hedland in the first place? You've been there a fair while now. Former jockey who rode in the city and sort of provincial areas for a long time. Why are you up there in the Pilbara?
Well, I got too fat, and I ended up here. Started riding work for Craig Fox and Dean Cochavera, and then I ended up with a job at Berry. And all sort of went from there. Just never left.
And you're bringing all your old riding mates up there. I see Peter Nucky's up there. He's on the Barries working up there. Chris Nichols recently made the move, so it can't be too bad a post-jockey life.
I think that they've got it. They've landed into a really good job. Obviously where I was for the last 13 years before I moved on a few months ago. They were just looking for something to do, something else apart from ride horses, which they'd done since they'd left school. So yeah, they seem to be really enjoying it.
Talk to us about your riding career briefly. For those that don't know, you were a pretty good jockey. You won a Winterbottom Stakes back in your heyday.
Yeah, I had quite a little bit of luck, but I was born into racing family, rode horses my whole life. I had quite a fair bit of success in the short time. Got to ride overseas in Mauritius for a season as well, which was really good. So don't regret anything, but yeah, I wish I'd looked after my weight a little bit better when I was younger.
What about the champ, Zadar Rock? I remember speaking to you on the Races WA podcast a couple of years ago, and you said how special this horse was to you, and the Taylor family who you got the horse off. I can't remember, there was a little girl that was promised the girl once Zadar had retired. He's been such a wonderful horse for you. How's he tracking? Is he going to have a third assault at a Port Hedland Cup this year?
Yeah, hopefully. We trialled last Monday. He just sort of went around. He's nominated for Saturday at Belmont. We need to get through the next couple of runs with him, but from all reports, he's going really well. And yeah, hopefully we'll have one more crack at the Roburn, Port Hedland and Broome Cups.
And I've got to ask you before you go, you're a mad Essendon fan. What are you made of the start of the season? How many wins are they going to chalk up in the second half of the season? I saw your comment last night, Zach Merritt, Darcy Parish, Jordan Ridley, let them all go.
Yeah, unfortunately, I think we made a mistake last year not letting Merritt go, and I think we really need to go right back to the drawing board and start from scratch myself. We're a basket case, to be honest. I don't think we could beat the Port Hedland Rovers.
That's a big statement, but anyway, we'll rebound in 2027. It's our year. Hey, Troy, thanks for your time, mate. It's been a pleasure. Catch you on Saturday.
Yeah, see ya. Thanks, Alex.
Troy Morrissey, president of the Port Hedland Turf Club, joining us on Talkin Country. That's all I've got time for this weekend. As we said, a huge weekend upcoming. Carnarvon Friday, Port Hedland Saturday, Kalgoorlie Sunday. We'll be back to review it all next Tuesday on Talkin Country.